Hi folks, I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness. For more than 25 years, Shark has exposed rodeo animal abuse. We've also exposed that children are sometimes put at risk merely to entertain bored rodeo attendees.
This is like legalized child abuse.
So perhaps it should come as no surprise that today's rodeo story shows the rodeo mafia doesn't care who is put at risk in order to put on its show and haul in as much money as possible. An April 2020 story co-published by the Texas Tribune and ProPublica has exposed that Houston rodeo promoters held their event with the knowledge that every attendee, more than 2.5 million people, would be put at risk by the coronavirus. Here's the headline. Officials knew coronavirus could spread at the Houston rodeo and proceeded with the event anyway. We put a link to the article in the description section so that you can read the entire story for yourself, and we encourage you to do so. Don't just take our word for it. Here are some very important takeaways from the story. As the opening date of the rodeo approached, City of Houston and rodeo officials were watching the progress of the virus in advance of the rodeo. Rodeo organizers were worried, as the story plainly shows.
Do we really think the rodeo will be shut down? They asked Dr. Kelly Larkin, an ER physician and longtime board member of the rodeo. Yes, she said.
A review by the news organizations of thousands of emails, social media posts, press releases, and public comments by civic and municipal leaders, along with interviews, shows that government leaders, health officials, and rodeo organizers knew that once the novel coronavirus was detected here, they would have to shut down the rodeo. Many in the community were urging organizers and city leaders to cancel the event.
It is my belief that you should use your authority to basically shut down the Houston rodeo, or at least those components of it that will take place in a closed arena. Attorney Seth Chandler, the former director of the University of Houston's Health, Law, and Policy Institute, wrote to Dr. David Percy, the head of the city's health department, before opening day.
Chandler went on.
I know full well the rodeo is hardly the only potential source of spread in Texas, but it strikes me as the most serious threat. We can, of course, wait until we have confirmed cases, and doing so might make a closure more politically palatable. But by the time we discover a confirmed case, there are likely 50 circulating in the community.
Organizers and other key leaders shared few of these concerns with the public and instead remained on message. COVID-19 was not a local threat and the 20-day rodeo would go on. The rodeo did indeed go on, and the unsuspecting public was kept in the dark. Ultimately, on March 11, after 8 days, the rodeo shut down. A police officer from a neighboring county who attended a pre-rodeo barbecue tested positive for the new coronavirus, evidence that it was now spreading in the community. The health department is now confident that the officer caught the virus at the rodeo. So far, at least 18 people who attended the rodeo and live in 4 counties surrounding Houston have tested positive for the coronavirus, though it is unclear if they all contracted it at the event. The City of Houston, which reports its cases separately, did not provide ProPublica and the Tribune with its updated figure, saying it is busy responding to COVID-19.
Klaus Wilk, a University of Texas at Austin biologist who studies the evolution of viruses, believes the rodeo should have closed earlier. By early March, it was already out of control in Italy. At that point, we should have been fully aware of what was happening, he said. For a disease spreading widely, all it takes is one person who drives a car from an area where it has been circulating to an area where it hasn't, and there you have it. By then, more than 850,000 people had attended the rodeo.
Rodeo supporters are nothing if not arrogant, and it seems that they simply refuse to learn from their mistakes. Watch for a likely repeat of this disregard for human life as well as animal lives at the 2020 rodeos in Cheyenne, Wyoming and Salinas, California, and at the rodeo near you. I hope I'm wrong about those predictions, but I've been dealing with rodeos since 1993, and I know what these people are like. I'm Steve Hendy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. You can subscribe to our channel to see more of our investigations and learn what you can do to help Shark help animals. To support Shark directly and gain access to exclusive content, consider sponsoring us on Patreon.